offense, whatever, they got 56. Are they the biggest threat to your Green Bay Packers in the NFC?
No. Listen, that's a get-right game. Played Washington. They were all beat up. The Cowboys should have beat them like that the first time until Dak threw an interception, that little rollout 2 weeks ago. But I'm going Tampa Bay Buccaneers are still the team. Listen, how can you go against Tom Brady and what he has done throughout his career and say they are not the biggest threat to the Green Bay Packers? Listen, I don't care about guys not being able to play until I see him fold them up and pack them up. I'm going with the Bucs. You know they can be explosive. I think their defense catches fire with Todd Bowles in the latter part of seasons. I think ultimately they're still the biggest risk to the Packers.
I feel like Marcus disagrees. Am I right?
You damn right I disagree.
Ooh,
It's the Dallas
I'm
Cowboys.
shocked. I'm shocked.
All you need to do is go look at Dallas's defense. Okay? When we start talking about the playoffs, you know who's playing like Tampa's defense of last year? The Cowboys. Because they're rushing the passer with 4. They're creating turnovers. A lot of familiarity with what we saw Tampa do last year. I know we love Tom Brady and we want to laud Tom Brady. Tom Brady was not the reason the Tampa Bay Buccaneers won the Super Bowl last year. It was a defense during the playoffs in the playoff run. He actually turned the ball over 3 times against the Green Bay Packers in the NFC Championship. So when we look at teams now, when we get to the playoffs, you look at what team has units or a unit that can take over games. I think everybody in agreement that the Cowboys offense can reach any level any offense in this league can reach. And from a defensive standpoint, it's not time to give them respect. Do we still think it's a fluke? Like it's 34 turnovers this year. It's sacks from everybody. It's turnovers into touchdowns from this defense. The Cowboys got the best defense in the NFL, y'all. Like, it's time for everybody to acknowledge it. So I think it's the Cowboys better suited to make a run in the NFC against the Packers.
Domonique, what do you think? Who's the biggest threat to Green Bay?
I got to agree with Swagoo there. I mean, it's simple. It's Lawrence, Gregory, Parsons. Ooh. And the one who's getting paid the most might be the worst pass rusher of the bunch. At least he's been so far this season. So you add Parsons to that mix where he can rush over the guard. You put him over a guard now when you have Lawrence and you have Gregory on the ends. Like, I feel like they can't be blocks, and that's the reason why I'm going to them. And I agree with you to some extent on the Washington game. Like, that team is not a playoff team. You can't go out there and say that because they blew out Washington, they're good. But they did blow out Washington. And you got to do it to the teams that deserve it. And they deserve credit for that. And that offense at full strength is as scary as any offense in the league. And if they can get 25, 30 points, I don't got too many teams putting up that much against that defense with that pass rush. Forget rush with 4. They can get pressure with 3 because you can't stop any of those guys even if you double team them. So, yeah, I think this team, if the proper decisions are made from a game plan standpoint and a time management standpoint, I think this team is going to be as good as anyone and can give the Packers a run.
Yeah, I don't think there's any downgrading this for opponent, right? I mean, you said 25, 30 points. They got more than those two put together, 25 plus 30. What do you got, Swagoo?
Yeah, they did, but that's against Washington. So we'll see. Washington's fighting themselves on the sideline. They may not be that going forward. What's up, Swagoo?
I also want to acknowledge what me and Foxy just did. We talked about this pass rush and did not mention the NFL leader in interceptions on the back end. I'm telling y'all, it's time to pay attention to this defense and really put some stock into what they've been doing. Bad teams, whatever. This team is 4-0 in the last 4 weeks. And defensively, they are scoring points on defense now.
I will say
that's the difference.
I will say this. If I was an offensive play caller, my first play would not be throw at Diggs, which Washington did and paid the price. Like if I'm starting a game script, my first play is not to attack 7. Let's bypass that. Let's move on somewhere else. Not the greatest play calling I've seen from Washington.
11 of them.
The problem with throwing in Diggs' direction isn't throwing it his direction. It's throwing it right at him. Like, Diggs would give up this stuff. McLaurin was behind him. Like, throw it to McLaurin. Don't throw it near 7 because he ain't dropping too many of them.
Nah, I'm with you.
Yeah, it was an interesting way to go. I missed the press conference earlier this week where Jack Del Rio said we're not fitting Diggs for for a jacket yet. Oh, no, that was Wink Martindale and Joe Burrow. I forgot about it. Anyway, I'm getting my defensive coordinators mixed up after they got their butts kicked on Sunday.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.